we're gonna skip the hunt too, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've already done the hunt like 4 times on here.
Yeah. There's no way to keep tabs on Snake, is there?
Nah. Even he can't really keep tabs on himself sometimes.
Yep.
Waking up in that coffin's like, oh,
Yep.
where am I? Here I am.
I've been swapped with some other person.
Some other dude, and I don't know who he was.
And it's a good thing, too, because that dude died.
And I did not.
Well, I guess I'll just hang out in this coffin.
Maybe if I cough loud enough, somebody will hear me.
Oh, that reminds me of the joke where... have you heard the one where the guy gets off the bus and then he sees a coffin bouncing down the street chasing after him?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, that's what happens, you know, that's how the whole bizarre scenario starts. And he's obviously alarmed, and he's, you know, he starts running down the street trying to make it home, and the coffin is bouncing after him, and it's a fast coffin, it's gaining on him. You know, it's like super freaky, and he's, you know, as he runs and runs down the street, he's starting to tire out, and he's trying to make it home, and he comes up to the gate and throws open the gate and runs through, and the coffin is just bouncing after him right down the sidewalk, and he charges up through his door, fumbles with the key, and, you know, gets the door open, runs into the house, followed by the coffin, thump, 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 just down the hall, and he charges upstairs into the bathroom, and the coffin is thumping up the stairs after him, and he runs into the bathroom and throws open the medicine cabinet and grabs a bottle of Robitussin and flings it at the coffin, and sure enough, the coffin stops.
I've never heard that one. I'm definitely going to have to leave that in there, though.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yeah, we're almost getting your Snake voice one there.
Yeah.
Ace, what happened? Ace! Ace! Okay, let's begin the episode.
Okay. So which... Oh, right.
Hey guys, AngryMonkey here.
And Jackson Ferrell.
And we're playing some more 999. And we're going to...
Well, we went through the whole thing where Ace takes the sleeping medicine and knocks himself out, forcing us to do the other thing. And we've also been looking for Snake, who has disappeared. Is there anything else we've been doing that off camera that I forgot that we jumped through that we saw before?
Kind of. Oh well, we met back up with everybody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because before it was just the 4 of us, and then we met back up with the other 4, and then just the other 3 because one of those 4 went missing and is nowhere to be found right now. But anyway, so Santa wants us to pick a door, and we've already been through all 3 of these doors, but door 7 is what we want.
Mm-hmm.
And so then Santa's like, all right, cool. And then he's like, but you can't go with June because numbers don't add up, and so we're really sad because we're afraid we're never going to see each other again. But Seven's like, oh, well, you have to because it's the only way that this game's going to work. And then they're like, oh, okay, that's cool.
That's the summary.
Yep. And then beeping.
See you later, June.
Bye, June. We'll miss you.
Well, our voices won't.
Well, I'm still going to have Clover to do... Well, some Clover dialogue in here. Potentially.
That's worse, isn't it?
I'm not sure. I mean, I think right now my voice is kind of warmed up, so maybe it won't be so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you kind of saw when we were first starting this playthrough how June's voice was very cracky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had a little crackcident.
Yeah, but maybe by the time we get to some of that Clover dialogue, it won't be so bad. And
one can always hope.
Yeah. So that.
Okay, that is the only surgical instrument you need, right?
I think so. No. the scalpel. That's
well, the only one from that table.
Oh yeah.
I had forgotten there were 2 tables.
And then we gotta
open up.
Yeah. Now say ah.
Ah, my lung!
Yeah, this guy's in pretty bad shape. I mean, he's missing the whole side of his face.
Yep.
And arms and legs and everything.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
He's not even half the man he used to be.
It's a Beatles song. Yesterday,
Yep.
not half the man I used to be.
Yep.
Okay, drawer's empty. Okay, we got that.
Have you played Earthbound?
I've only played a little bit, but I do plan on playing it on the channel. But I think I know what you're bringing up.
Yeah, the guy behind the door that offers you the quiz on like
which is the Beatles song, Yesterday or Notre Day?
Yeah. Choose yes or no.
What Beatles song ends in today? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. It's like, I get it.
That was clever.
Yeah. Gotta remember. Nope. Was it? I don't know. I don't remember.
Are we gonna consult the walkthrough that we've made? Let's see. Carbon dioxide is CO2.
So 347. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I had the right numbers then, just not the right order.
Yeah.
Okay, so 347. What?
Let's look at the hint again, maybe. Okay. Iron is 1. Salt has 2 component atoms, so that's 2, and water has 3. CO2 is 3. Ammonia. What the heck is ammonia? It says somewhere in the room, doesn't it?
Yeah. I was on the top screen like you did.
Yeah. I'm contagious. It's truly outrageous.
Okay, so NH3.
Okay, so that's 4.
Okay.
So the last one must be something else besides 7?
For some reason I thought it was 7. That's Fe. NaCl, that's salt. CO2. Water.
The far.
Okay.
C2, that's 2. H5 is more than... So 7, 9?
349.
Three, 4, 9.
Okay. We were close.
Yeah.
Ew, there's an arm. I know I said that joke before, though. I think I did it in a Clover voice, too.
Now we're armed and dangerous.
Don't open up pages. That's not what I want. Stop. Okay. So extra strong cleaner, and 7's like, hey, I might remember something, and it's like right on the tip of his tongue.
Yes, 7 memories.
And so we need to ask if he knows about Ice 9.
Oh boy, I was just picking all the wrong choices previously.
Hey, that's fine because we got to see both lines of dialogue.
Okay, do you know about Ice 9?
Am I going to be voicing 7 through here?
Do you want to?
I mean, it
makes for the exchange.
Okay. Ice 9? Ice 9, Ice 9, Ice, baby.
Great lines! Oh, yeah.
Okay, I thought we were going to reject a high five. Like, yeah,
no,
okay.
I didn't see the head up there for a moment.
Okay, suddenly, 7's eyes shot open. That's it. I remember now. That woman, she's on this boat.
That woman?
Alice.
Who's Alice?
Cooper.
Oh, of course.
Come on, the woman who won't melt at room temperature?
What?
It became clear to 7 that Jubei had no idea what he was talking about.
He ran his hand across his face and took a deep breath.
Well, it's clear to Junpei that Seven has no idea what he's talking about.
You know the Titanic sank on April 15th, 1912, right?
Yeah. More than 1,500 people died. Worst maritime accident in history. What about it?
Did you hear about the boat that was sent to collect the dead bodies?
I think that was the RMS Carpathia, right?
Wow, that's impressive. I didn't even know that.
Well, we're playing the smart round.
Yeah.
It was a cruise liner, just like the Titanic.
No. Stupid Junpei. That was a ship that picked up the survivors. The ship that collected the dead bodies was the CS Mackie Bennett. The Mackie Bennett showed up on April 17th, 2 days after the accident. It set out from Halifax, a port in Canada, and recovered 306 bodies. The Atlantic, that far north, was really cold. It would have to be for there to be icebergs and stuff. Anyway, the bodies they pulled out of the water were frozen solid.
This isn't a very nice story. So what happened next?
Come on, tell me the story!
Yeah, tell me the not very nice story.
Well, they say the Mackie Bennett recovered something more than just dead bodies. There were various bits of stuff floating around in the water. Things the drowned had carried with them, or stuff dislodged as the ship sank. Well, duh, we know that. One of the things they found was a coffin.
A coffin?
Yeah. Yeah. A wooden one. Does that kind of look familiar?
Huh. Vaguely?
I want to say that was something that we saw in door 6 where the gun was found.
Ooh,
I think.
I wonder if it could be the same coffin.
The craftsman who made it must have been pretty skilled. It wasn't just a wooden coffin. It was all wood. There were no nails or reinforcements, and there were no gaps. I almost said gasp. No, in the wood anywhere. It was airtight.
You would be gasping if you were locked in there.
The crew got pretty curious about what might be inside it and opened it up. They had to get a wedge and hammer it. Well, I can't read today. They had to get a wedge and hammer it open. It was so well made. Inside, they found a woman. Or I guess you should say, they found the dead body of a woman. Her hair was thick and black, and her skin was deep brown and didn't show any signs of age or decomposition. They say she looked gorgeous, like a goddess. She was obviously dead, but everyone who looked at her said she looked just like she was sleeping. Her skin was so lifelike, she looked like she could wake up at any minute. She didn't, though. Like the rest of the bodies they found, she was frozen solid. Eventually, the Mackie Bennett finished their search and returned to Halifax. 306 bodies were unloaded and taken ashore. However, it was warm enough that they began to melt. They say that the stink was horrible. But there was one body that didn't thaw.
The girl in the coffin.
That's right. Everybody thought for sure that she'd melt and start to rot like the rest of them eventually. But weeks passed and nothing happened. Then a month had passed, and another, and another. It was summer, and she was still frozen solid. After a while, people started to say she was some sort of miracle. Rumors about the girl started to spread, and people came to visit Halifax from all over. After a while, people started to call her All Ice. Alice. Of course, those rumors didn't last long.
Why?
Well, she up and disappeared. One day Alice was there, the next day she wasn't. They say someone snuck into where they were keeping her and stole the body. With the body gone, the rumors followed pretty quickly. And after a while, no one remembered her. You might be able to find something about her if you could find a newspaper from back then, but that's about it.
Wait. You just said she was on this boat.
Yeah, I did. Alice has got to be somewhere on this ship.
Now, why the heck would you say something like that?
'Cause I know.
And just what is it you know?
I know everything. What happened to Alice after she was stolen?
I know everything. I've just forgotten some of it.
I used to have a t-shirt that says, I do know it all, I just can't remember it all at once. Which is definitely 7 in this case.
Yep.
Junpei gulped.
All right, tell me. What happened to Alice?
7 nodded, slowly, and then took on the look of a man recalling something long buried. Like a dead body? Well, around that time, the word was that there was a thriving black market in New York. I mean, I'm sure there still is, but this was special. All millionaires from all over the world. I've heard that Alice went up for auction there. The person who won the auction was... Oh, Lord Gourdain again. Oh. Was that... Did I skip over one of your lines, or was
Maybe?
that...
I didn't notice.
Oh. You've heard that name before, right?
Sir Gourdain. Isn't he the guy who bought the Gigantic? The Titanic's sister ship.
Yeah, that's him. Although I guess he hadn't done that yet.
What do you mean?
Gourdain bought Alice in 1912. Then 4 years later, in 1916, he bought the Gigantic. And he hid Alice somewhere on the Gigantic. But nobody knows where. He died in 1931. And apparently he died without ever telling anyone where Alice was hidden. However...
However what?
Well, he did have one close friend who asked him, "Where is Alice?" And he said, "Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the forest of knowledge beneath the navel of the Gigantic."
Well, that's cryptic.
Yeah.
What the heck is that? Some kind of riddle?
Your guess is as good as mine. 7 threw his hands up in defeat. So that's it. Whatever you think. I believe it. She's hidden somewhere on the Gigantic. In other words, she's hidden somewhere on this ship.
Huh.
Before Junpei could dispute 7's rather bizarre claim, they heard Clover's voice from the door. She did not sound pleased. Okay.
Hi!
There we go.
What are you doing over there? Stop wasting time and get over here!
Whoa. I'm actually impressed by that.
Yep.
Okay, we're coming.
Ah!
7 looked at Junpei. Yeah, so, that's the story. Might be useful someday. Like, maybe today? Possibly? Who knows? Don't forget it. Don't forget it. With that cryptic remark, he turned and left the room.
Yeah, if we don't make it out, we don't have more than a day to live, so...
Yeah. So we either remember it today or we die.
My money's on today, yep.
So Junpei was left behind to ponder what he just heard. He tried to remember what June had told him earlier.
The mummy wasn't just a normal mummy. They say that she was frozen. The story says that from the time of its discovery all the way through to when it was put on the Titanic, and even though it was carried through the desert, her body never melted.
Ice 9.
You're starting to...
96 degrees.
Yeah, you're starting to piece it all together. Was that the Egyptian priestess Alice? Had the water in her body become Ice 9?
Oh. Nah, that's nuts. There's no way somebody like that could exist.
Junpei shook his head, trying desperately to clear it, and followed 7 to the operating room where Clover was waiting. It's kind of like the plot thickens a little bit, doesn't it?
Uh-huh. Another missing piece of the puzzle.
I guess the heart wouldn't open the door.
Yeah, that's not the right kind of organ key.
Oh, my bad. And then you gotta put...
Okay.
Turned red.
Does only one of the lockers have anything of use in it?
They all do.
Oh, okay.
That's why when I clicked on the blue and I saw the red in there, it's like, oh, let's pour the
the red one back in there. So we had to open up the red locker and the blue locker before we can open up the purple locker.
Oh, okay. So I got it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't relock when the...
Right.
Okay.
The giant nose.
So super nose.
Super nose.
Okay. And we're ready to put together Lucy.
In the sky with diamonds. But nothing happened. Okay. And this one's pretty easy.
Ah, yes. Switch everything.
Yeah. Which is probably the easiest puzzle ever.
Yep.
I mean, it's not just certain things or whatever. It's everything.
Yep. Can you switch the hearts?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, that was... I think it was basically saying, like, outside of his head and a single arm, I guess the heart, I guess in that case too. But that was like the only thing that matched between the bodies. Okay, so going through here, and then Seven's like, hey, where's Clover?
She's back at the...
Yeah, at the mannequin. Not Science Boy.
And the womanikin.
The woman. Okay, so what do you want to do? We unfortunately are not able to see this line of dialogue because we need to give her the 4-leaf clover.
Oh. I guess doing the right thing on the wrong playthrough has kind of boxed us into that choice, huh?
That's okay.
Yeah. So it goes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I just remembered. I have a line to read.
He didn't know why, but suddenly Junpei remembered something he had been given earlier.
Well, this is familiar dialogue, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We've done it before.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's the name of this episode. I don't know.
We're just full of memories today. Full of sudden surprise memories.
Yeah. I guess I won't be able to read. Well, I guess we can do this one.
What would you do if that was your sock, Junpei?
Throw it away.
Like a normal person.
Well, I'd pitch it, I guess.
But it's your favorite pair of socks!
Come on, who loves their socks that much?
Me?
Okay.
It doesn't matter! Just suppose you do love them that much!
Well, I guess then I'd patch it.
Okay. More dialogue we've already seen.
Scroll, scroll, scroll. I wear out the heels of my socks really fast.
I surprisingly wear out the toes of my socks, or around the toes, which is weird because I step on my heel first. I mean, naturally it's heel-toe, but some people, I guess, do walk on it differently. But yeah, for some reason, I wear out the toes, or that end of the sock more than the heel.
Yeah, I saw a video semi-recently about, based on evidence from medieval period drawings of humans. There was a guy who had deduced that people in the medieval era walked differently from us.
Really?
Yeah, the idea was that because there were so many dirt roads, people had flexible sole shoes. You know, and as a result, they were able to, it was easier for them to walk on their toes rather than their heels, with the flexible soles. Their posture was more of a leaning forward, which added momentum and allowed them to walk more quickly and more, ergonomically. And their posture was, better. I forget exactly what he said about their posture, but it was different. And you can see that in these pictures of medieval people, the way that they're walking when they're depicted as walking. And then when you started seeing more paved roads, it became necessary to have thicker soles to protect people's feet. Shoes changed, and as a result, the way people walked changed.
Whoa.
You know, so you have this modern thing where we're walking on our heels because of our souls, because of the sorts of surfaces we're walking on all the time.
Huh. Learn something new every day.
Yep. YouTube can be educational.
Or you could just look up cat videos. Your choice.
Yeah. The future of the world is in your hands, people.
Are you going to be the person that looks up why we walk the way we walk? Or are you going to look up a cat that plays keyboard?
Maybe it plays Walk This Way.
Oh, so they found Snake dead.
Uh-oh.
Or is he?
Little do they know, he's not really Snake.
In a world where they find Snake, but it's not Snake. But yet, Snake is in a coffin.
But he's not dead. In a world of paradoxes, where nothing is as it seems.
There's a lot of that in this game.
Yeah.
A lot of not what it seems.
Mm-hmm. Curveball City.
Yeah, and there's going to be so many curveballs coming up.
Oh boy.
But I guess we'll go ahead and maybe find some of this curveballs in the next episode. Who knows?
Well, if the episode has already been uploaded, you can know.
By clicking the next episode.
And if it hasn't been uploaded already, it will be up,
A couple days
soon.
or something like that.
So, but the important thing is that we're ending this episode here.
And we'll catch you guys then in the next episode.
Peace, y'all.
Peace out, yo.